Hello, awakened beings. Welcome to this channel. Here I do tarot oracle readings because I enjoy being a channel for divine messages to come through and support you along your spiritual journey. If that interests you, stick around, tune into other content on the channel. Please, if anything resonates with you, like, comment, share, subscribe, just to support the channel. All right. Thank you for being here. Whether you are new or returning, you are appreciated. And so this video is going to be messages from Santa Muerte. She is an interesting guide. And so, yeah, I just felt called to open it up for her to share some messages, whether it be for her devotees or, someone just tuning in to want to get to know her and what she's about, the way that she communicates or what she cares about for the health and well-being of her, for her devotees or people who are interested in becoming a devotee, right? All right, so let's go ahead and tune into that. Messages from Santa Muerte. Okay, we got Four of Cups. Why do we have her card at the back of the deck? All right, give me a minute to unpack this. But I like that already. That lets us know that she's here. Okay, we got Four of Cups. Why the Four of Cups? Perfection. Okay, a few things here. So, Four of Cups. Let me move this over. There you go. Okay. Four of Cups, this is, and then there's also a centipede down there. And so this lets me know that somebody, honestly, let me not say somebody, if you're watching this video, you're, seeking some sort of healing, and it could be, I feel somebody is mentally and emotionally exhausted, and part of it is coming from having to mask your true feelings. So this could be, if you're in a relationship where your emotions and thoughts, feelings, opinions, whatever, those things don't take priority in comparison to another person. But it also could be, related to work, where if you're working in a career where you kind of have to put on a face, you have to customer service it all day long, and you have to kind of shove things down and make it seem like they're not bothering you, but they really are. So either way, I feel like you're somebody who is just mentally, emotionally exhausted and is seeking a way to be more authentic, to just express, to let things out. All right. You're also wanting other people to be authentic. Okay, so this is coming through as somebody who's having either has had a spiritual awakening. Honestly, this is coming through as somebody who's had a spiritual awakening, because people who have a spiritual awakening, they open their eyes to like the mundane stuff that doesn't matter. So like this is giving somebody who's like tired of the, hey, how are you? Good morning. How was your weekend? That kind of stuff, versus like deep conversations, being able to really connect to somebody, on an authentic level. All right. And so I feel like you're needing honesty, you're needing truth, which is the same thing. I don't know why I do that, but you're just needing authenticity. You're needing it for yourself, but you're needing it for others around you. You're tired of living in like this space that's fake. Okay. Okay. Also, there's a little bit of boredom here as well. So this also could be that you're tired of routine or something that's repetitive. And I could also hint at that, hello, good morning, how are you? How was your weekend? Good. All right. How was so-and-so? Good. That kind of thing. And so those are things that you literally have to deal with every day, especially if you're interacting with people. And so, yeah, so I picked up on a little bit of boredom and exhaustion. Okay, what else is going on? Okay, I'm also drawn to this music back here, or guitar, and I've never noticed it on this card until right now. So I feel like there could be a message of using music to help you express, whether you're creating it, whether you're singing along, or just listening. I don't know. It could be helpful to explore different music, new bands, new musicians that resonate with you. I know when I had my spiritual awakening, I started listening to this lady named Lava, Lavva, and her music focuses on like the divine goddess and, spirituality, numerology, stuff like that. And it kind of helped align my mind and, help me honestly feel more like a goddess and not like a regular person. It helped me acknowledge myself and my power. So I definitely feel a message of like maybe expanding your music or pay attention to music that is keeping your mind, I don't know, that's raising certain emotions in you. So like there's some music that makes us angry, there's some music that, makes us sad, whatever. So music, something about music. You might have already felt that call. So all right, we also have this perfection card. So this also tags in with the mask. All right, if you're somebody who is putting on a mask to be liked by others or to fit into certain circles, I'm picking up on that. All right, this mask card is really dominant. What else with this perfection card? She's saying that you are perfectly designed, meaning who you are is enough. Okay. And she's saying sweet, like your heart is sweet or you're sweet. And so definitely lean into that, because something about your sweetness being bountiful, like you can grow something with it, or yeah. It's almost like your sweetness is a recipe for something, like it's an ingredient for happiness or something like that. It sounds kind of cheesy, me trying to formulate what she's saying, but definitely lean into your heart space, which I know sounds kind of strange because you're over here exhausted. So can you elaborate on this perfection card, Mother? Oh, she's saying to speak kindness, speak sweetly about yourself. Sweeten your perspective of yourself. Look at this person. So there's this person, and then they're looking into the water and they see this skeleton. So it's like them, but it's a different version of them. So I feel like your subconscious mind or your inner critic, this inner voice, conquer it with your own sweetness. So speak kindly to yourself. If you feel like you need to be a certain way or put on a certain face or something like that, affirm that you're perfectly designed. As she said, you're perfectly designed. Give yourself grace, give yourself gratitude, all those things. But yeah, she's saying to focus on your inner critic. Okay. And she's also saying to make that voice louder. Look at this. The Queen of Wands. She's got her hand here. It's almost like she's shouting, right? Or calling out. She's calling out. But she's seeking something. If she wasn't saying anything and there was no candle lit, how would things find her, right? And so if you look at this person who's sitting there, they're exhausted, they don't have the strength, the energy, and they're sitting here with, I don't want to say darkness, but like the centipede is something, it reminds me, it's not a maggot, but it's reminding me of a maggot. And so this is somebody who's like decaying, respectfully. If you're a devotee, then you'll understand the language around death, okay? Because I'm a death doula. I work with darkness, or dark spirits, I shall say. But in the contents of death and rebirth as a natural cycle, all right? And so with this is giving me like mourning, grief, sitting in this shadow period, but eventually at some point you got to turn the light on, because that's the next part of the cycle. Is, things born in darkness, they come out into the light. And so with the Queen of Wands here, it's just like, lift your head up and let this voice be louder than this one, because you can't stay here forever. You gotta, she's saying it's your choice, but at the end of the day, that's not what she has in store for you. You know what I'm saying? And so it's time to switch it up. We go from here to here. So there's this energy of completing a cycle, moving into the next stage. But it stems from how you talk to yourself, combating the inner critic, okay? Combating this need for perfection, but understanding that you already are that. It's kind of interesting. I like to say perfectly imperfect. But anyway. Okay, what else, Mother? Anything else? I just want to set this up. There we go. I'm hearing the song. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, and a new life for me. It's a new dawn, and I'm feeling good. Okay, so that's Nina Simone. Feeling Good, Nina Simone, but the version I'm hearing is by Michael Bublé. So I don't know if she wants me to tune into the song specifically or the version of it, but maybe the Michael Bublé version might resonate more with you. But yeah, so I just feel like that's a message of like I said, completing a cycle for something else to be born. To give you a second chance, give you new life, give you new energy. And I feel like what's going to support you is honestly, if you're somebody who's in a victim mindset, you gotta switch that up. You gotta step out of that. So it could take researching, articles about that, understanding what it is. There's so many articles about stuff. There's so many ways that you can learn about what's going on with you and be able to approach it, acknowledge it and start shifting it. And so with this victim card coming out, I often the acorn is the victim in this situation, and these two things are deciding what to do with it. And so it's like this person here feels like they have no choice, like they have no say in the matter. And that's not true. It's an illusion. You always have a choice. You always have a say. All right. And so that's going back to the Queen of Wands here, putting her hand to her mouth and saying something. So I definitely feel like whatever mask you've got on, whatever is not, that you're hiding behind or just suppressing or whatever. There's definitely a message here of using your voice. All right. And another thing too is you don't want emotions and stuff to pile up, because they come out in different ways. So they can come out passive aggressively, or they can come out aggressively, or just passive. It's going to come out in any way but assertive. Okay. So it might be helpful to look into assertive communication as well. And also nonverbal hold on. What is it? Come on, Mother. It's Non-violent communication. Thank you. Anyway, okay. Let's pull these other cards that I like. Also, we have this card over here, Four of Swords. It's going to be helpful for you to take a rest. All right. So if you are continuously working, continuously interacting, continuously suppressing, take a rest. All right. Take a minute to just have no sound, to really just like let yourself process what's going on, have clarity, acknowledge your inner thoughts, acknowledge what's going on within you. All right. You need time to rest. Okay. What are you doing? Peanut. My cat. My familia. Okay. Let's keep going. Boom. What you got for us, mother? What is my body telling me right now? What did I just say, y'all? I said y'all need some rest and to really like allow yourself to feel what's going on within. All right. So let's take a look at this. Right off the bat, you can start, use this as a journaling prompt if that's your thing, or it's got something else to do. So let's look at it. It says, our body speaks to us through physical pain or discomfort. Our body sends messages for us to look more deeply, see the trapped emotions, the lurking fears, and beliefs that limit you. Listen to your physical body and you will be led to the source of your pain. It's time to get your healing on. All right, today's soul action. Get the book Heal Your Body by Louise L. Hay and find the answers toward which your body is guiding you. There's also another book called The Body Keeps Score, and that also talks about how, energetic emotions and things like that like weigh on the body and accumulate in the body and manifest as, pain and stuff. So that could be another thing. And I was getting something with this card. Hold on. Oh, thank you, Mother. Okay, this is a bigger message of what she was saying. So yeah, this person is mentally and emotionally exhausted. And you could also be somebody who's not eating right because you just don't have the energy to like cook a meal or really, yeah, I feel like you may not have the energy to cook a meal, or maybe you're overworking and you don't have time to eat meal, you're not paying attention to it, so stuff like that. So I feel like bodily needs are being a little bit neglected here, respectfully. But it could also be, hold on, there's something else. Just kind of missing out on the nutritions that you need. So if you're having what? I don't know. If you're just eating like burger and fries and that's your meal, okay, where's your fruit at? Where's the vitamins, the minerals? You know what I'm saying? So like you could be eating, but you're missing out on some of the mineral stuff that you need. So that's a message there as well. And I do also see somebody, so the shoulders slumped over, so somebody could be having shoulder pain, back pain there. Also possibly feet or toes, something down here as well. So these are key points: the toes, shoulders, back, lower back, headache, and possible wrist. This part isn't going to be for everyone, but possible on the wrist. But yeah, so those can be some areas where if you're stressing out or got some tension or just kind of not stretching your body because you're like stiff at a computer desk, or if people are making you mad and you can't really express yourself, then that's going to build up in your shoulders because you're not able to, release, you know what I'm saying? So ultimately the message here from Mother is that you got some emotions that are building up in the body. It could be coming out as pain. It could be coming out as boredom, exhaustion, but really like acknowledging those things, okay, speaking out against them, making your having more of a fiery assertive voice over your inner critic, over your subconscious, over whatever voices around you are coming in. Could be coworkers or friends that are contributing to, this exhaustion and stuff. People trying to dominate or control you. We got the victim card. Whatever your situation is, I definitely just feel like going within, acknowledging those things, as she said, having some time to rest, all right, and just practicing developing, your voice. And so for me, that's with writing affirmations, because I got to rewrite my thoughts, right? Turning them into affirmations that are positive and helpful for me. So, yeah. But this is what they recommended, what she recommended. Listening to your body, listening when you're stressed, listening to when you're exhausted, listening to when you need a break. All right, those are some places to start. All right. Anything else, Mother? Let's pull from this deck real quick. Oh. Enough said. Enough said. She loves you. You are loved. Channel, just let that love sit in your heart space. Let it just kind of flow throughout your vessel, throughout your being, and let love just wash over you and heal you. I'm not saying that some people might make a joke of like, oh, I've got this disease and I'm just going to love myself and it'll go away. Okay, no, I'm not saying it that way. But what I'm saying is love definitely lightens your frequency. It definitely takes some stress off. Being grateful for certain things, it takes some stress off. Because why? Why does it work? Because you're changing your mindset, not to be so negative and not to look at yourself as if you don't have anything. Because at the end of the day, you do have gratitude, you do have love, there is something. There is some sort of sweetness about you, right? So, yeah. I think that's a wonderful card to end on. All right. Thank you for tuning in. I hope it was helpful in some way. Best of luck to your journey. And ashe, ashe.